entitled "Mother Removes My Doorknob." She couldn't handle it. My mother is a typical tiger mom. Asian American slang for helicopter parent. One of her many toxic traits was that she demanded access to my room at all times, so my door had no lock. So one morning when she was snooping around my room as I was asleep, she found my nicotine products. Yay, it's bad for you, but this ain't what the story's about, and I never used it in the house. And after an earful, I decided that my privacy would be breached no longer, as I'm no longer a minor. I bring home from my local Home Depot a lock and key doorknob, much to my mom's rage. After a couple days, I got careless and left my door open as I was eating breakfast, to return to the knob being drilled out by a smug old lady. I'm heated at her and myself, but let it go because I had nothing to hide really at this point. Come to find out, she only removed solely the knob and not the inner sliding mechanism that keeps doors closed. This effectively made it a bitch to open my door without a really tough-skinned thumb, pen, etc. So for the following week she would attempt to enter my room only to fumble with the mechanism and give up. She'd try telling me to let her in, to which I'd respond that she may. The door was unlocked. This also gave me time to set my image up as a good man, studying as she walks to get something to pry the door open. After a while she returned my lock knob, since I threw away my lockless knob. A couple lectures later she now only tries to pin me for trouble outside the comfort of my room. Edit. Lol, I didn't think this was gone light up a debate in the comments. Bottom line. Yes, I'm looking for avenues to move out. However, my work-school balance is gone, make it a longer and more complex solution than it should be. Edit. To everyone say in her house her rules. My lil rebellion above got her to adjust the rules, so who RLY won the battle. Cool, it's my dad's house as well and he respects the lock. Become a nudist in your own bedroom. That should stop her from just walking in. I witnessed the helicopter tiger mom. A friend's son went overseas for college. He got away with a 15+ hour flight. But no. His mom had to rent an apartment in the same area as his dorm and lived there for 4 months. She demanded thrice weekly dinners and Sunday church. Only last week she was commenting, "Is such a helicopter dad. He barely lets his son be on his own." I rolled my eyes so hard I see only half of what is out there now. I had my parents trained to knock very quickly. It involves your wiener and swift hand gestures. Make sure to make direct eye contact and continue your gesture making. Warning. They may need therapy after. I have an 18-year-old son. I always knock first. Hey might I suggest our insane parents for future venting? Might be useful for your mental health when dealing with her. Once my kids were past the age of 12, I gave them their privacy. I'd sometimes inadvertently catch them doing something or having something they shouldn't. Mostly embarrassing, which I would tease them about. And only one time illegal. I wanted a stiffer punishment, but Dad is a marshmallow. Once they hit 18, their life was their own, and I only asked that they be respectful about the time they came home. Especially on the weekends. No locks on their doors. No rifling through their things. No snooping on them through various means. Rules were lightened at age 13. Again at 16 and pretty much gone at 18. Trust is a two-way street, and it sounds as if your dad trusts you and your mom doesn't. Sympathies. Alright, the title alone gets the upvote. Now don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Why do I get the feeling that the op put on a pair of sunglasses just as they were typing the title? Followed by a very loud The Who track. Get a VR headset. Immerse yourself with a naked girl, then jerk it off. Just make sure she will come into your room to see what you are doing. I doubt she will come into your room again after this. I really don't understand the mentality that because it's someone's property that means they don't have to respect privacy. Oxygen monophosphide has a right to privacy and parents should respect that. The same way that OP should be respecting the rules of the house. Which seems to be the case considering they've said they don't use nicotine products inside the house. It's not as simple as, just move out. After a while she returned my lock knob since I threw away my lockless knob. Classic. Too cheap to do anything about it. Just take off her doorknob. In defense of the lock knob, I came damn close to doing the same to my room growing up. As I have ADHD. And mom barging in all the time while I was studying. Just to clarify, there was a legitimate reason to leave me the fuck alone. And broke my thoughts. As she wasn't just in to drop something, give me something. As yes. Even in college she still did my laundry because it was illogical to do 3 separate loads for basically the same shit. But I did know how. But she wanted to talk. Took me ripping her a new one for making my homework. Studies take 4x as long as she would do it 3 to 4 times per day between when I got home and dinner. I tried doing homework after dinner. Not the way my brain works. That's relax time. Anyone saying, her house, her rules, is likely also a terrible parent. This is how you raise children with trust issues that never invite you to visit after they move out. Sorry op. I don't mean to talk shit about your mom. But what she did is objectively bad parenting. Especially if you're an adult child living at home. As an Asian dude growing up, it's not atypical for kids to stay past their legal age with family. Asian culture value family more than individualism. So I can relate as I went through similar situations myself many years back. But learning independent is never a bad thing. It's just a weird cultural clash when you're an Asian kid living and growing up in the US. In between college summer and fall I was back home, 19, and had found the key to the front door without parent knowing I had the key. They had all the doors locked but I came strolling in the front door. So mad but didn't say anything to me. The next weekend I come home they had taken the knobs of all the doors. It is normal to have locks in indoor doors? I love your rebellious attitude in this, especially the humorous title. Hey, I just wanna say, nicotine sucks. 15 years later. I can't run for more than 20 seconds. It's expensive. Took my sense of taste and smell. I always told my younger brothers to experiment with whatever they want. But if I catch them with nicotine they're getting a smack behind the head. It's not worth it at all in the long run. Maybe it gives you something. And you don't want to quit. That's okay. But please, try to keep the habit to a minimum. Rent must be damned cheap.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.